All this Star Wars stuff is getting worse for Disney, big time, because people keep finding more things that Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, the director of the upcoming new Jedi Order movie, has said in the past. And the more we find out, the more it seems she's very unqualified to shoot this movie. But this is who Kathleen Kennedy handpicked to run this movie. Run it into the ground, maybe. By the way, this hat is awful. Who told her this hat was a good idea? Does anyone know that question? The answer to that question? Can you please tell me who told her that hat was a good idea? But anyway, Star Wars Rey is going to be an awful movie. Now, we already know these things. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. There was some other stuff that came out yesterday. Now, there's this little tidbit found by Anna, that Star Wars girl. Very interesting, 46 seconds here. So, Hillary Clinton's friend, World Economic Forum contributor, and now activist. In fact, activist goes into everything. All of her work has activism in it. Take a listen to this.
At the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism. And every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there. And I think that as a storyteller, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl. And then I did my graduate studies, but also in international politics. And so I am an accidental filmmaker. At the heart.
Accidental filmmaker? No. You were handpicked because of your activism, your political science. All of those other qualifications are more important to Kathleen Kennedy than an actual filmmaker. Now, I don't really care if she had filmmaking training or not. I don't think you necessarily need it. But what really hit me is that she thinks of herself more as an activist than a filmmaker. And I think that really says a lot. It says a lot. So she's an accidental filmmaker. There's nothing accidental about it. So Kathleen Kennedy sat down. Who do I get to make my Rey movie? This woman's friends with Hillary Clinton. She's done some stuff for the WEF. Activism is very important. It's a part of all of her work. Filmmaking, not so much, but that's okay. We can get around that. It's not like we make good films anyway. The activism is what's more important. The message is what's more important. I thought this was pretty damn telling. This is probably the most damning piece of evidence that I've seen so far, just because she admits it's activism first. Doesn't that line up so well with what Lucasfilm has been doing since they started making shit without George Lucas? It's all about the activism. The message must come first. By the way, the backlash for this is through the charts. Everybody's talking about this. And you're of course seeing articles from, Forbes and all of them saying, I can't believe they're saying anything about this person. Well, she's damn well qualified. Is she? You go to her IMDb. I mean, known for, look at this is all activist stuff. All these are documentaries. All of them just about. Producer of all these. Let's check out director. So here's her directing stuff, right? We have Miss Marvel, of course. Marvel grabbed her up. That's what I found really funny. And they were the first ones, it looks like, to really give her something, because everything else, it looks like, is documentaries. Except for maybe this one, The Revenge of Balaam. Kind of looks like a show. Most of this shit is all documentaries. What does it have to do with an actual film? And so she did 2 episodes of Miss Marvel. I wonder what qualifications Marvel saw in her as well. Probably the activism, which is what matters the most to them as well. Activism. So this movie is going to be a piece of shit. It's going to be a big, basically, South Park meme. The backlash for this is all through the roof. You're seeing memes everywhere. Neon from Clownfish put this out there, and I thought this was really funny. Basically saying, oh, look, we already have the text scroll for the new Ray movie. Put a chick in it, make it lame and gay. Luke Skywalker is dead. Princess Leia is dead. Ben Solo is dead. The Palpatine family has finally vanquished the Skywalker bloodline. And the last Palpatine, a bitch named Rey, has taken up residence in Luke's childhood home. Is she going to start the whole Jedi Order there? Oh, man. Like, this stuff, the content makes itself when it comes to this shit going on at Disney. And I don't know how anybody can say, oh, let's have hope for Star Wars. They're purposely going out and getting activism people to put the message in there. She said it herself in that clip. All of her work has activism in it. Kathleen Kennedy purposely wants this. Lucasfilm is never going to turn it around. Ever. This movie is potentially going to be the worst piece of shit Star Wars movie yet. She's out there saying she wants to make men uncomfortable, and that's the goal, is to change men, basically. That was the big one, obviously, that everybody's talking about. All kinds of big influencers are sharing it. Like, this shit is making the rounds. And I say good. The more eyes on this, the better. If we can break people out of this Star Wars false hope that they have, I think that that's good, because that's more people that are going to dump the brand, and that's the only way. The only way you're going to get this fixed is for it to sink to the bottom of the ocean, and maybe they finally clean house after they've absolutely shattered this brand. But even then, I think it's going to be so damaged that there's just not really going to be anybody interested. Last-ditch effort that Disney will ever do for this is completely reboot it with a new cast, and that, my friends, will be the biggest disaster of them all. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.